It's the mouth of a volcano. Yes, mouth. And lava tongue. A body, a monstrous living body, both male and female. It emits, ejects. It is also an interior, an abyss. Something alive that can die. Something inert that becomes agitated now and then. Existing only intermittently. A constant menace. If predictable, usually not predicted. Capricious, untamable, malodorous. Is that what's meant by the primitive? Nevado del Reis, Mount St. Helens, La Soufrière, Mount Pelée, Krakatau, Tambora. The slumbering giant that wakes. The lumbering giant who turns his attentions to you. King Kong, vomiting destruction and then sinking back into somnolence. Me? But I've done nothing. I just happened to be there, mired in my rustic routines. Where else should I live? I was born here, wails the dark-skinned villager. Everyone has to live somewhere. Of course, we can regard it as a grand pyrotechnical show. It's all a question of means, a long enough view. There are charms made only for distant admiration, says Dr. Johnson. No spectacle is nobler than a blaze. At a safe distance, it is the ultimate spectacle, instructive as well as thrilling. After a collation at Sir Name Withheld's villa, we go onto the terrace, fitted out with telescopes, to watch. The plume of white smoke, the rumbling often compared to a distant roll of timpani, overture. Then the colossal show begins. The plume reddens, bloats, soars, a tree of ash that climbs higher, higher, until it flattens out under the weight of the stratosphere. If we are lucky, we'll see ski runs of orange and red start down the slope. Hours, days of this. Then, calando, it subsides. But up close, fear churns the guts. This noise, this gagging noise, it's something you could never imagine, cannot take in. A steady pour of grainy, titanically thunderous sound that seems always to be mounting in volume, yet cannot possibly be any louder than it already is. A sky-wide, ear-inundating, vomitous roar that flushes the marrow out of your bones and topples your soul. Even those who designate themselves as spectators cannot escape an onrush of revulsion and terror, as you've never known them before. In a village, at the foot of the mountain, we might venture there. What appeared from afar as a torrential flow is a creeping field of viscous black and red ooze, nudging walls that for a moment stand still, then devolve with a shuddering, sucking plop into its heaving front, pushing into, inhaling, devouring, unfastening the atoms of houses, cars, wagons, trees, one by one. So this is the inexorable. Watch out. Cover your mouth with a cloth. Duck. A nighttime ascent of a moderately, punctually active volcano is one of the great excursions. After the trudge up the side of the cone, we stand on the crater's lip, yes, lip, and peer down, waiting for the burning innermost core to disport itself. As it does every 12 minutes. Not too close. It's starting. We hear a basso profundo gurgling. The crust of gray slag begins to glow. The giant is about to exhale, and the suffocating sulfur stench is unbearable. Almost. Lava pools, but does not overflow. Fiery rocks and cinders soar, not very high. The danger, when not too dangerous, fascinates. Naples, March 19th, 1944, afternoon, 4 o'clock. In the villa, the hands of the big English pendulum clock stop at another fatal hour. Again? It had been quiet for so long. Like passion, whose emblem it is, it can die. It's now known, more or less, when a remission should start counting as a cure, but experts hesitate to pronounce a long, inactive volcano dead. Haleakala, which last erupted in 1790, is still officially classified as dormant. Serene because somnolent, or because dead? As good as dead. Unless it's not.